Treasure Island. Far back in the 17th century, my father ran an inn in England. One day, a sailor who was carrying a big wooden box came to stay at our inn. We all wondered what was in the box. We called him Captain. He had a cut across one cheek. I remember him singing an old sea song. Every day the captain asked if any sailors had come to the inn. We thought he was lonely, but we learned that he was hiding from the sailors. The captain asked me to tell him if I ever saw a sailor with only one leg. I had nightmares about the one-legged sailor. I was sure he must be a pirate. On a cold winter morning, not long after the captain had left the inn for his daily walk, a stranger came to the inn. He was a scary-looking man, missing 2 fingers on one of his hands. He also carried a sword. "Does my friend Billy stay here?" he asked. "I don't know anyone called Billy," I said. "I only know the captain." "Ah, yes, the captain. That would be Billy Bones, my friend." The man laughed. His laugh sounded cruel. The captain's face turned white with fear when he saw the man. The man's name was Black Dog. They had a sword fight. Black Dog ran out of the inn and down the road. The captain fell on the floor, and we had to call the doctor. Dr. Livesey said the captain would die unless he stopped drinking. When the captain was feeling stronger, he told me some secrets. "Jim, listen. Some sailors want the contents of my wooden box." A few days later, an ugly blind man came to our inn. The captain was shocked and died after meeting him. My mother and I opened the captain's big box. Inside, we found a map of an island. Dr. Livesey said it was a treasure map. The map showed where a pirate called Captain Flint had buried treasure. We went to tell the news to Mr. Trelawney, the squire. He said that we should buy a ship and sail to the island. He took us to meet Long John Silver, a sailor who owned an inn in Bristol. Long John Silver hopped on one leg because he had lost his left leg in a battle. I was worried that Silver might be the one-legged sailor that Captain Billy Bones had been afraid of. But I could see that Silver was not a pirate. He was a very kind, polite man. Silver agreed to be the cook on our ship. I was to be the cabin boy, and Dr. Livesey would be the ship's doctor. The ship's captain did not like Silver and the other crew members. Captain Smollett did not think the crew could be trusted. But we sailed off on our ship, the Hispaniola. The sea was very rough. I liked talking to Silver, whose parrot also made me laugh. The green parrot cried, "Pieces of 8." But one evening, just as we came close to the island, I found out that Silver was not an honest person after all. When I was sleeping in an apple barrel, I accidentally heard Silver talking to some of the crew. They wanted to steal the treasure and then kill us. Silver and his friends were pirates. I told the news to Captain Smollett, Mr. Trelawney, and Dr. Livesey. We were all afraid. Mr. Gray and some crew members joined our side, but Silver had more men. We would need lots of luck to beat them. Nobody lived on the island. After Silver and some of the crew landed, I secretly followed them through a forest. I hid behind some bushes. Silver was threatening one of the crew. "You must fight for us," Silver ordered. But the man refused to help Silver get the treasure. "I've already killed one," laughed Silver. "Must I kill you too?" "I prefer to die," the man said. Silver killed him with a knife. I was so scared that I could not move. After a while, I ran away. Suddenly, I saw something move in the bushes. Was it a man, a bear, or a monkey? I was scared. But it was a man. His clothes were rags, and he was very dirty. "Who are you?" I asked. "I'm Ben Gunn," the man replied. Ben said that his friends had left him behind on the island many years ago. I told him my story. He was frightened to learn that Silver was on the island. Ben had sailed to the island with Silver, Billy Bones, and Captain Flint to bury the treasure. Flint buried the treasure, and years later I came here on another ship. I told the men to look for treasure, Ben told me, but we couldn't find the treasure. They were angry and sailed away without me. Ben promised to help fight against Silver and the pirates. In return, Ben wanted a share of the treasure. He also wanted to be taken back to England on our ship. "I know where the treasure is," Ben said. I thought that Ben was a little mad. Suddenly, we heard the sound of a cannon firing. Silver and his pirates were fighting against Mr. Trelawney, Dr. Livesey, and some of our crew. They escaped to the island from the ship. They ran into the old fort. Guns fired and swords clashed. I could hear men scream in pain. Many men were being killed and injured. Ben returned to his home on the island while I walked to the fort. I told my friends all about Ben Gunn. From the shore, I could see that Silver's men had taken control of the Hispaniola. The pirates' flag flew on the ship. There were only a few pirates on board. I decided to go to the ship to take it back to the island. I rowed Ben's small boat alone out to the Hispaniola. When I climbed onto the ship, one of the pirates tried to kill me. Quickly, I pulled out my gun, shooting him dead. At last, I took control of the ship. I hit the ship at the north of the island. When I landed, I was caught by Silver and his friends. They had taken over our fort. Silver's pirates wanted to kill me, but Silver wanted to keep me alive. He told me that Captain Smollett and his friends had surrendered. Silver said Dr. Livesey had given up fighting after the ship had disappeared. Silver didn't kill them because the doctor promised to take care of the injured pirates. They gave the map to Silver and left the fort. One day, the doctor came to the fort and got angry when he saw me with Silver. He was upset because nobody knew where I had gone. I secretly told Dr. Livesey about my adventures. I also told him that I knew where the ship was. The doctor told me that the others were safe in the forest. He warned Silver not to hurt me. If you protect Jim, I will make sure you have no trouble with the police when you go home, said Dr. Livesey. Silver liked what the doctor said. He agreed to look after me. Silver and the pirates made me go along with them to help find the treasure. We walked across the island. Finally, Silver found the place where the treasure had been buried. The pirates dug a hole in the ground. They dug very deep into the earth. They found the treasure box, but it was empty. The two pirates became angry and ran toward Silver and me. They wanted to kill us. Suddenly, there was a loud bang. Dr. Livesey, Mr. Gray, and Ben Gunn had shot at the pirates. Silver and the other pirates quickly ran away. "Only I know where the treasure is," said Ben Gunn. "It's hidden in my cave," he said. Ben showed us the treasure which he had found. Dr. Livesey told me how he had met Ben and that they had been planning to rescue me. Over the next few days, we put the treasure on the ship. Silver also came to see us at our camp. He apologized to us all and asked if he could join us on the journey back to England. Needing a good sailor, we agreed to let Silver on our ship. Silver was polite to us all. He was a man who could change friends very quickly. He did not make any trouble for us. He was scared of what we might do to him. Silver knew that we could have left him behind on the island. He was grateful to come along with us, but we left the other pirates behind. They would probably go mad or die. We sailed away on a beautiful sunny day. The wind blew hard in the sails of our ship as we moved slowly toward home. Silver was nice to us all as we sailed across the sea. But on the way home, we stopped off at a port on a small island. We all needed to rest and get more food for the journey. While we were staying in the port, Silver stole some of our gold and ran away. Finally, we reached England. Once we were back in Bristol, we shared the treasure. There was plenty of treasure for all of us. We were now very rich. Some of us used our money wisely. Captain Smollett retired from the sea. Mr. Gray saved his money and later bought his own ship. Our good friend Ben Gunn got £1,000, but Ben was a fool with his money, which he spent in just 19 days. We never heard any news about Long John Silver. Silver was probably living in comfort with his green parrot. There is still treasure buried on the island. Maybe one day someone will find it. But I never want to go back to the island. In nightmares, I see myself on Treasure Island. Sometimes while sleeping, I dream of Silver's parrot crying, "Pieces of 8, pieces of 8."
The end. Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and find more fascinating and exciting stories from the description below the video.